My husband and I purchased our dream home, a new construction 5-bedroom, 3-bedroom home on Long Island. The house is gorgeous, on a cul-de-sac, with all the finishes we ever wanted. Here's my problem. Though the house was finished, our backyard was not. Right after we moved in, the builders of our home cleared the yard of trees so that we could turn it into a usable space. We decided quickly, with living in the house during the pandemic, that we wanted to build a backyard oasis with a stone patio, a hot tub, a stone fire pit. We completed the masonry work last summer, 2020, and planned to put in the pool for the summer of 2021. We diligently completed our permit applications in October, and we were ready to build the pool this past March. Well, we started construction in March 2021, and the town shows up. Apparently, we didn't have a permit on file with them. The town official told us we would be just fine. To file for the permit. Told us we would be fine just to file for the permit. Our builder was perplexed, but went to file the permit again. 2 months later, they started construction again, and within an hour of construction, the town shows up again. Says still no permit was issued, and we're summoned to building court. Frustrated, we babysat the permit process and finally ensured our application was received. Well, the day before building court, our application was denied. Apparently, based on the location of our house, we cannot have structures within 50 feet of our back fence. So now we have to completely redesign our yard, but more importantly, do not have a pool for the second summer on Long Island. Guess I'll just have to settle for beach by noon. Wow, this is horrible.
Yeah, I mean, the house that I'm in, when the people built it, they actually got sued, and she was because we live in a very strict HOA, or I should say I live in a strict HOA, and they originally built this house fortified for a roof deck, and they so this house could be even more dope by the ocean, that it could have a full roof deck. And there are times where
I just Tesla and all the women that come with the Tesla. Yeah, this is
all this but they got taken to court, and she actually told me, she goes, if you plan on making any renovations to this house in this HOA, you need to just get a lawyer first to do this. And it's wait, this is this is going to be visual, right? Can I show you something?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna have to go to.
Well, go ahead. While you're doing this, I'll explain. The real issue here is the person that you dealt with to build the pool. This all should have been sussed out before. It felt like they got breadcrumbed all the way along to the final step, and then the town goes, oh, sorry, 50 feet with a tape measure while they're looking at you, and you go, that's horrible. Like, at this point, I have a lawsuit set up with the builder. I'm looking at the pool guy going, you brought me this far. It's part of your job to make sure that I can get the pool. It's not just putting the pool in. It's getting to the place where the pool is allowed to be put in. Shelby, don't you think this is an issue with the builder?
Yeah, there's like so many specific laws that the builder should know about it too.
And here's the problem. They look like a liar to the rest of their friends. They moved in, they met the neighbors. The neighbors are going, so what are you doing with your yard? And you're like, well, we're going to put in an oasis. After this year, we need to make sure this place is set up. And then the neighbors goes, oh, really? When do you think the pool will be done? And the neighbors, they come over every day. Is the pool ready? Is the pool done? Is the pool ready? And, 2021, we're going to be breaking ground tomorrow. And then the town comes in, and then now you got to look at your neighbors and go, what happened with the pool? And you go, yeah, they said within 50 feet. Now you look like a liar, look like someone who was bragging when you had nothing to brag about. Pete, don't you think?
Yeah, by the way, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, on the luxury lounge, I'm going to open up the front shades of my house.
Wow, look at this. Hey, I can see the ocean.
Yeah, you can see the ocean. So actually, like through my house, you can see the ocean right there. That's the ocean.
There it is. I see it.
I've seen 5 whales jump from my living room, or I don't know if I've seen 5 whales or I've seen 1 whale 5 times.
That's a luxury lounge in itself. Like, you never know if it's a different whale. They should be tagged. They should have nameplates. They should have one of those necklaces that tell you what year they're born.
Yes, that's what should happen. And so I want to tell a story of one of my neighbors who had trouble with this HOA. So He every single time that he would park his car out in front of his house, there was this neighbor that would take a measuring tape and measure to see if he was 1 inch over, and if he was, they would fine him $50. And this neighbor is he's kind of wealthy. He literally he has like 20 different cars. Like he'll park a Bentley, like a different Aston Martin in front of my house.
So this is the neighbor with the tape measure, or the neighbor that's parking?
This is the neighbor that's being tape measured. He's been nickeled, and I will say he's a man who's Iranian, and I do think that the grievances of the tape measurer neighbor could be racial. I think this guy's being discriminated against, and I'm on the side of this neighbor. And the reason why I came into the living room is because what I'm going to show you, what the good neighbor that I like that's being discriminated against, I have to show you his revenge on them.
Okay.
So he had to replace his deck. His deck was falling apart.
The problem with messing with a person who has a Bentley is that they have the money to mess with you back in a very creative way that could take up their whole day, and they don't give a shit.
They do not. This guy is one. He's like becoming a very good friend, and I love this guy so much. So they kept finding him. They were like, he was repairing his own deck that he just wanted his daughter to be able to go out on safely, and they were finding him for it. And they were like, at one point they came and they told the whole construction crew, we're going to call INS on you. Which none of them were illegal, but at the time we were still in the Trump era where people just weird stuff was happening, and so these workers were like, "We're out of here. We don't want to even take the chance," right? So anyway, so this guy, all this stuff with the deck had been stalled. He's getting fined for his car, so he realizes that in the governing documents of our HOA that you can paint your house whatever color you want.
Okay.
And so I wake up one morning and I see that he's primered the house white. And I was like, oh, he painted his house white. That's great. Then the next morning I wake up and I see a guy with one of those spray guns on a ladder. And he goes, shh, and I see what color it's going to be. And I buckled over crying, laughing, because I knew exactly what was about to happen. And I'm going to turn and I'm going to do a reveal. And this is what happened.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He painted it. He painted it the colors of the Knicks uniform, except the only orange. It looks like a pumpkin.
Doesn't that look better though?
I think it looks cool.
It's not bad.
It's honestly it kind of matches the house next door.
Sure, it's a look. It is as orange as it gets with a blue lining. It does look like the Knicks uniforms that are kind of ugly, but
honestly, we my neighbor Daryl, he messaged or he tweeted, "Hey, dear New York Mets, this is what happens when somebody discriminates against you racially." And then the New York Mets retweeted it with a caption that said, "We are all for racial justice. Go Mets."
Don't forget to like the video you just watched. I have many more. Subscribe to the channel right now. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, you fool. There's even a bell you can click to. Now you've got your week set Monday through Friday. I'm here for you.